Hello, Boston Moms. Thank you so much for joining us today. Today, I am joined by Ross from our partners at Rodenhiser Home Services. Ross is here today to answer some of our audience questions and some frequently asked questions around how you can save money using the Mass Save programs. If you're interested in saving on your energy costs, who isn't, honestly, or updating your heating and cooling systems, this conversation will be so helpful for you. Hi, Ross. Thanks for being here today.
Hey, Megan, this is exciting. Thanks for inviting me.
Yeah, I said to Ross right when he jumped in the call here, I love how branded this is. This is like my dream. It's perfect. If I could have set up your shot, that's what I would have set up. So thank you so much for doing this.
Thank you.
I think that when moms hear, we know how to save you money, their ears perk up. I know that mine certainly do. So I am very confident that the moms who are watching today are going to be intrigued by what you have to say.
Yes.
This video is part of our annual partnership with Rodenhiser Home Services. We are so grateful for their expertise and, as always, encourage you to seek them out for your heating, plumbing, cooling, electrical, home remodel needs.
Awesome.
Ross, we polled our audience, and the first and most frequently asked question that we received, and probably one that you often receive, is what is the Mass Save program and who is eligible for it?
That's a good one to start.
Yeah.
So the Mass Save program is a state program. And the goal is basically how are we going to save on our heating and cooling bills, which nowadays that's a huge topic.
Yeah.
The cost of oil, natural gas, electricity, all our bills are going up.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a big topic now. And Mass Save incentivizes that through a couple different things, but mainly their rebates and financing, which we can get into.
Okay. And who is eligible?
So the nice thing about Mass Save is most people are eligible.
Okay.
The reason Mass Save exists is actually we've been paying them forever. Most of us don't know.
Yeah.
but every time we pay our monthly bills, whether it's Eversource, National Grid, Unitel, our natural gas bills or our electric bills,
Sure.
a small portion of that goes to the Mass Save Trust Fund.
Okay.
Right. So we're all paying into this program, and that automatically makes you eligible. So when it comes time to change your system or put in a new system altogether, say you don't have cooling in the home and you want to add it, you're essentially getting paid back, right? You're getting your rebates back, and you're getting other opportunities, just incentives through Mass Save, and they all come from our monthly bills.
Okay. Yeah, I love that. So the second most frequently asked question had to do with income. So if we've all paid into this in some way, are there any income requirements to participate in a program like this?
The nice thing is no.
Okay.
So all that matters is our bill. Even if you have oil,
okay,
right, and you don't have a natural gas bill, as long as you pay some form of an Eversource, National Grid, or Unitel bill, which is usually your electric bill, you're eligible no matter what.
Okay, that's great.
Yep.
I feel like I have 1,000 follow-up questions already. We will get to those. I think most importantly, so we have like a general background on what this is. So these are rebates and incentives available for you to make it less costly for you to upgrade your heating and cooling because it's going to make your home more efficient. So it's desirable, and it is available for everybody. Now, the third question here is what types of energy efficiency upgrades are available through the Mass Save program?
That's a good one too. So, especially with the bills and the different fuel sources in New England, there's a lot of different systems you can have. There's no right or wrong, and Rodenhiser works with all of them. And Mass Save recognizes that too. There's a lot of ways to heat your home. There's a lot of ways to cool your home. So Mass Save actually has benefits for pretty much everything from, high efficiency oil systems, propane, natural gas, heat pump and air conditioner systems, which that's a really big topic today. They're all eligible. There's no right or wrong. We're not for or against one. It really just depends on the house and what we want to do.
Okay.
And that's by far the most important part. So when either myself or a coworker comes out, it's really the consultation of figuring what's going to make the most sense for the home.
Okay.
And it's different everywhere.
So that is, to sort of elaborate on that would be either upgrading the current system that you have, whether that's oil or whatever, or changing potentially to a different type. Okay.
Yes.
Which is a larger job, but how does Rodenhiser help counsel the homeowner on which one is the best possible option for them?
We do a lot of both.
Yeah.
And I don't like my customers to wonder what
Yeah.
if. So I'd rather show them both
Yeah.
and go through both. But usually by the end, depending on the house and the family and how they use the home, by the time we go through both, one of them kind of makes more sense than the other.
Okay.
Um, but it's better to just get rid of the mystery and have us look at both.
Yeah, information is power, knowledge is power, right? So yeah,
Right.
I think especially if you're planning, I mean, definitely if you're planning to stay in your home long term, this kind of an
Yes.
upgrade is something like you're investing in something that's for long term for you. So I love that sort of laying it out and having the options is available to the homeowner. With that, so I would like to break this down just a little bit more. So we talked about what Mass Save is, who
Yep.
is eligible, what kinds of upgrades are available. Now, when you are working with a client, are you laying out, so they're laying out a total cost and then you're showing what rebates are available for each or incentives are available for each upgrade? Is that how this works? So like what can the homeowner expect? How will they know what it's going to cost?
So that's all part of an in-home visit.
Okay.
And typically we can work that all up while we're in the house.
Okay.
And it gives you a full picture of everything. You're right, the cost of the project, what the rebates will be, because we'll be applying for those on your behalf just so we can make sure that you'll get them.
Yeah.
And nowadays rebates can vary a lot depending on the different systems, which is why it's worth looking at everything.
Yeah. I
Um,
was going to mention that actually. So it probably depends on like what kinds of things you're, or like what specific heat pump type or whatever there is, right? So there are ones that probably will have a different incentive than another. Am I correct there?
Definitely.
Okay, so this is why we need an expert.
Yes. And the nice thing is, the rebates are a lot larger this year. They can be up to $10,000, which is not something that's rare to see. It's pretty common to be
Yeah.
able to get a rebate that high.
Okay, so that leads me to our fourth question, the fourth most frequently asked question. So we know that there are rebates and incentives in actually just doing this work, but honestly, one of the reasons to do this work is to upgrade our homes and potentially save on energy bills long term. So we're looking to upgrade to actually save money. So how much can we plan to save on average on our energy bills by participating in a Mass Save program?
That's a good question too. So it really depends on the house,
Sure.
right? And the setup, there's so many variables here, but it's not uncommon to see someone save anywhere from 20 to 40 or more percent.
Okay.
So the
Yeah.
savings can be big.
Yeah, that's huge. I'm thinking of my own energy costs.
Right.
I love that. I think that's so great. And that's definitely something that people are going, if you're going to invest in an upgrade, you want to know like the long-term benefit of that. So if you do the math out, I mean, I feel like that plus potential rebates, it makes a lot of sense. Which is why they call it an incentive, right?
Right.
But I will continue to point to in this whole conversation, pointing back to the fact that having Rodenhiser, especially with the home visit, act as the expert because we don't know what we don't know. So you providing that kind of information is so valuable. So we're laying the groundwork here, but I do want to encourage anybody who's watching to go ahead and reach out so that you can start to do this investigation together and find out how you can save money both in the actually changing the system and then also long term. Which brings me to our fifth and final question. If our readers are ready to take advantage of the possibility of saving money with Rodenhiser and Mass Save, what is the next step that they should take?
Oh, great. So, of course, they can always call us direct or put in a request right through our website. They're welcome to reach out to me anytime. I'm happy to set up an appointment with them and come out. Every home is different. So to get real concrete answers, it's always good to have me come out. Every house could be a totally different solution. It really depends. But yeah, you reach out to us and request to have myself or one of my coworkers come out, and I'd be happy to help.
I love that. Well, we will certainly include all of the links to Rodenhiser's website and social media platforms in the comments of this video later on. You can find lots of information about Rodenhiser and our partnership on bostonmoms.com and on all of our social platforms. And we, as always, encourage you to seek out Rodenhiser Home Services for your plumbing and heating needs. Ross, is there anything that you think we should leave our moms with today? Any final note of advice or to-do we should add to our lists?
Sure. So I would say specifically to Mass Save, sometimes a lot of us like to do research and we'll go on the Mass Save site.
Yeah.
And the Mass Save program is fantastic, but sometimes it can leave some questions or maybe some holes in terms of how the process actually works. So if anyone has questions, even just preliminary stuff, feel free to reach out. I've been working with MassSafe for many, many years, and we're going to do that whole process for you. That's a big difference with Rodenhiser. So if you have questions, I can answer all that stuff about, exactly how the program works, how you sign up, how do you get the 0% interest financing, and all that.
Yes, all information that we want. So ask the expert always. Save yourself some time and probably some headaches by going direct to Ross and his team at Rodenhiser. And if you do have questions after watching this, please feel free to drop them in the comments here. We can have Ross come back and answer them or get you the answer that you need, or of course, reach out directly. But I think that's all the time we have for today. We could talk about this for a long time, and I actually think there's probably something to be said about talking about specific types of systems, because I'm realizing right now I have my own questions.
There we
So
go.
maybe we'll see Ross here again soon. But Ross, thank you so much for your time today, and as always, we'll see you soon.
Thanks, Megan. Thank you, everyone.